Hey guys, welcome to another video. I just got this in the Demoniacal Fit father and son combo. As you may know, this is the version of the Demoniacal Fit of the father and son combo that Tamashi released some time ago. I believe it was somewhere last year. It was an event exclusive. I have to say I am quite excited to unbox this and show everyone what it looks like, because it's somewhat different from what we're used to see from the one we got officially. So the machinations of course made their very own based on some old sculpts that we already had, and I kind of expected Demoniacal Fit to innovate on this one, but yeah, it turned out to be quite different than what we saw on their product page. As some of you may know, they changed the face sculpt of Gohan. For some reason, they changed it a bit as to what they teased us with, and I wanted to show you guys, yeah, what we got here, and I hope you guys like it. So here we go. Okay, and so for everyone wondering what the box looks like, well, I have to say mine came in pretty poor condition. I mean, it's already bent and stuff. So yeah, if you're a person that really secures their boxes and want to keep it safe and all that, yeah, I really recommend you buy from a shipper that you really trust, that really packages their figures well, and so you don't have any damage when you receive it. I, in all honesty, bought it off AliExpress, which is usually where I got my stuff regarding any bootlegs or third-party items. And normally they come in pretty good condition. So this is a first. This is how it looks from the front. This is what you get on the side, and this is what you get on the back. So as you can see, there you have Gohan and Goku, and you can see it all that well. But there's Gohan and all the other stuff. This is what it looks like. This is the other side, and now we get on to the main event, which is these guys. They look pretty good, I have to say. They look pretty good. So I'm gonna get them out of the packaging, out of the plastic, and show you exactly what they all look like. Okay, let's start with Goku. As you can see, he looks quite different than what we are used to from the official Tamashi packaging. In the Tamashi Nations version, he's all blue, and at least Demoniacal Fit tried to give it their own spin on it and give him some colors, and I have to say he looks pretty dope. From what I saw online, on their Instagram pages and other stuff online, he looks really well. What else you get here is the extra headpiece and base faceplate, some screaming faceplate, and a grinning, or well, not really grinning, but grinding his teeth to show you how intense he can do any attack. Then you have the accessories. You can see all the options for his hands. You can see them, and you can see the other faceplates. I have to say, they are different from the official, the official faceplates that we got. And if I zoom in, I'm quite pleased with what we got here. So the smiling face, the grin, actually looks much better than what we got officially. And even the open mouth face, the screaming one, looks different from the official that we have from Tamashi, and even what Demoniacal Fit released for the Super Saiyan 2 Goku. It looks like an improvement. And then you have the last one here is the really grinding his teeth, Then you have the Kamehameha effect here. And yeah, that's pretty much what you get for Goku. Then you have Gohan. Yeah, what can I say? He looks pretty cool. In terms of scaling, in terms of size, he is bigger than the previously newer released Super Saiyan Gohan from Tamashi Nations. So whenever you will try to swap their heads, yeah, I got him over there, so it's still one of my favorites. In terms of headpieces, let's see what we got. So the smiling face, the grinning face looks pretty cool. I'm sorry if the lighting doesn't really show it, but it looks really cool. Then over here you have the grinding his teeth again, and of course the screaming face. And I have to say, I now that I got it in hand, I like him much more than I saw online. Then you got all his hands over here, and yeah, that's pretty much what you get in the packaging. Okay, so let's go over to the details on the sculpt. Let's start with Goku. Okay, what you can see here, the decals on his face look pretty good, and in general the sculpts look pretty good. But yeah, we already got these sculpts from the earlier releases we have of the Demoniacal fit, you know, the Super Saiyan head. And I believe this head was also used on the official Tamashii Nations head. I'm not really sure, but yeah, it looks like identical to the one that we got over there. Then you have the upper body, looks like this. I have to say it looks really good. It's translucent orange. Then you have the boots, his arms, and of course the back. He doesn't have the logo, in case some of you were wondering, but yeah, this is what he looks like. Looks pretty damn good. Okay, so in terms of articulation, he is really what we got from like a few years ago. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over it because really quickly, because if you're used to this sculpt, you already know what he can do. The Demoniacal fit didn't do anything different from what they did with the other Gokus they released, or what Tamashii Nations did. So you can move the hand about this far up, like this. You can rotate it if you want. Same for the legs. This is how far they reach, and oh, this is how far they reach back. So it's much better in terms of articulation on the legs in comparison to the 3.0. I'm much more of a fan of this kind of articulation in comparison to the 3.0 versions. I know that's a pretty controversial take, but yeah, I like what I like. There's a thigh swivel here. Seems to be alright, pretty tight. You have the feet that can move up and down, and of course you have the toe articulation that they usually have. I wish they would improve on the ankle, because it's pretty limited, and for some dynamic poses you would like to beat more than what they have here. Okay, so the upper body, about this much back and this much forward. I'm the type of person to really modify it, so I will probably just heat it up, remove the upper body, and make sure that I have much more reach, much more articulation than what they got us over here. And how much can you look up? Well, about this far up, there's not all that much, and this far down, which is what you're used to. Okay, so now let's go over to the main event, and that is Gohan. Let's look at the details first. I really like this head sculpt. I really like it. As you can see, the decals on it are done pretty nicely. Let me zoom in a bit more. Yeah, it's done really well. I really like this face. It's not like they showed us the Demoniacal fit. I will put a comparison up here, and it's not really like they showed us before. It's much more it's much more small. It's much smaller. It was much wider in the ones they teased on their pages, and I really like that what they showed us. This is fine. Like I said, it looks much better in person than it did online. Let's zoom out so we can show the rest of the body. And its upper body looks like this. You can see the battle damages that he had when he fought against Cell, and obviously this is after Cell returned in the super perfect form. Then you can see his back over here, and you can see his legs. You can, if you noticed, I'm not really sure the camera is picking it up. The colors on the knees are different. This one is much more pale, and this one is much more cream. So you can definitely see some differences. Okay, so let's go over to articulation. I never had this sculpt before. So I'm not really sure how it works. Each sculpt is quite different, and from what I've seen, It's pretty outdated, but still very much you can still enjoy you can still enjoy it. So in terms of range on the arms, this far up, you can even put it up a little farther like that. You can of course you have the bicep swivel. It's pretty tight, as you can hear. About this much reach, which is a lot. And of course the wrist swivel, very nicely done. Okay, in terms of reach to the back this far and to the front this far, I'm not really sure if he can cross his arms. Yeah, that seems to be pretty decent. Looks quite good. So if you do it with the other arm, you can get a pretty decent Kamehameha pose. No, it looks really good. Okay. About the ab crunch, if you go this far back, seems to be pretty fine. A lot of range, I like it. And front, decent, not so much. And I'm not really sure if you can apply the same modification that you usually do, you know, when you break it open and you cut off that little piece of plastic. So it's pretty much a limiter. You can take it off, but I'm not really sure what it looks like if I open him up. But yeah, looks pretty good. In terms of the range on his head, this far up, which is decent. You will reveal some of the gapage, but it's fine. And this far down, not all that much, but yeah, do you need even more? It's fine like that. Okay, his legs swivel is a little looser than I would like it to be, but it's fine. You can put it up this high. Can it go even further? Yeah, it can, but this is the maximum range. It cannot go all that. Yeah, it doesn't really go. Oh yeah, it does. If you're careful, you can get them all the way back as well, if you're careful. And his knee bends this far, which is good. And you can, you know, in terms of the articulation. Okay, I like this. This is pretty stiff, so it's fine. Yeah, and that's what he looks like. Again, I really like the sculpts. In my opinion, I liked what I saw online more than what we got over here, especially in terms of the faces. I think we're also pretty spoiled with all the third-party faces, to be honest. I mean, if we I remember times when it wasn't all that much, all that booming, you know, in terms of the sculpt. So the third-party sculpts really made sure that we expect, you know, a lot more quality than what we're used to. And there were days when I can even imagine if Demoniacal Fit released this a few years ago, it would have been perfect. But as we stand right now, they are decent. This Gohan looks great. So guys, thank you. I will show the rest of the faces and all the other stuff in the at the end of the video. Make sure to watch that if you really want to know what the faces look like. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.